And we are live. What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good, everybody? Come on, boy. Soon. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I really want to know podcast, man. How y'all feeling out there? So I had to got to sit here and try to center the camera. Let's do it this way. Yeah, like that. My bad, guys. I thought I had everything set up. I guess I didn't. It's like, what am I forgetting? What am I forgetting? I know I was forgetting something. Um, yeah. So let's check out the audio. Audio seems to be good. And we're looking at the live feed on YouTube. That looks to be okay. Let's listen to what that sounds like. It sounds the way it sounds. How y'all feeling out there? What's good? How y'all feeling? Happy what is today? Happy Tuesday. And yeah, man, like I said, we're gonna definitely do one live per week. We're gonna try to do more. I'm just trying to work my schedule out. When summer hits and my daughter's out of school for the summer, it'll be easier for me to lock in um, a couple more lives a week. But while she's in school, man, we got to focus on that because she is priority. So I appreciate you guys coming through, checking us out. Um, I'm gonna be doing a live stream with brother Glenn Lawrence tonight, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. He's on the West Coast, so of course it'll be 7 o'clock on the West Coast for you people on the West Side. It's gonna be a good conversation. You remember brother Glenn? We were talking about what was going on with the ICE shooting in Minneapolis. So we're gonna be talking about some stuff, man, some Second Amendment stuff. We're gonna be talking about we're gonna touch on some more with what we were talking about with that, what's going on with ICE, what's going on in Iran, what's going on in Venezuela, what's going on, what may be happening in places like Colombia, Mexico, Cuba, what's going on with the proposed 10% um rate for credit cards. That's gonna be a cap. That's what Donald Trump is talking about through executive order, which would be amazing for regular folk, right? Would be amazing. So we're gonna be talking about all that kind of stuff. Getting Wall Street out of single family homes. We're gonna be talking about all that stuff. So 10 o'clock tonight, Eastern Standard Time. So I wanted to jump on and just do this. We're gonna be talking about no more beauty filters. What am I talking about here, bro? This is going to be interesting. Let's get into it. And we are live. What's good, y'all? Welcome, welcome, welcome to the I Really Want to Know podcast, y'all. Get some indeed. So yeah, man, we're gonna have this conversation. I'm doing a lot of work on Canva. I've been using Canva almost as long as I've been using StreamYard, and I didn't know that Canva offers as much as it does. It has like video editing tools, it has music, it has all this other kind of stuff. So I'm doing a lot of work over there. I'm experimenting, learning. I'm learning how to do the faceless stuff, man. So we're gonna do a show when I'm gonna just bring up all the stuff I'm doing. We're just gonna hopefully by maybe Friday, we're gonna jump on and talk about that. I'm doing some faceless YouTube channel, the Red Pill Lens, which used to be that channel I set up to do politics, but I never got around to doing politics. But I'm just doing videos on the Red Pill Lens, which is pretty cool. And I just started a whole nother YouTube channel, a separate channel. It's about Black history. It's called Our History is American History, where I'm just gonna highlight a lot of unknown figures in American history who are Black. I already did my test video was the video I posted on this channel about the triple nickel, which is the first, the 555th Parachute Infantry Regiment. That was the first airborne unit, Black airborne unit in America. I'm a paratrooper. I didn't even know that, which is crazy. You would think some kid like me who was just crazy about being airborne, joined the Army, became a paratrooper. I joined the Army to be a paratrooper. I didn't even care what my MOS was. I just wanted to jump out of airplanes. You would think I would be all over that and I would know who the triple nickel were. And I didn't. First military smoke jumpers. So, I mean, if you want to know what I'm talking about, check out the videos here. But also that video can be found on American history, or Our History is American History. And again, I'm going to do a show and, show you guys what we're doing over there. I just wrapped a video up about elevators. Like, how many people believe that a black man invented the elevator? I'm one of those people, and did some research and I did a video. So check out the video. Did a black man invent the elevator? You'd be very interested to see that. Very interesting story. We were able to, get that out there, and we're doing some other stuff as well. So, but I just want to throw that out there, man. And again, don't forget, brother Glenn Lawrence going to be on his show tonight. We're going to be simulcasting, so it'll be over here. You catch it over here, and it'll be over there as well. Hope that's going to be a good conversation. It's always a good conversation when I talk to brother Glenn. So, let's get into what we came here to talk about today, and it is these beauty filters. So there's a channel out there, Glow Up Girl 25. The link's in the description. Please go over and show some support. She has a video out talking about no more filters, no more beauty filters. Apparently in China, this is what they're going to do. Like, the Chinese are going to outlaw. They're going to ban these filters. So let's watch her video. It's a quick video, and let's see what's going on and why. Yeah, I got my thoughts on this. So let's check this out, guys. All right, here we go.
January 1st. That's when thousands of women's careers end. Not because they did anything wrong, but because for the first time, they have to show their real faces. In China, AI beauty filters are being banned, but the panic has revealed something very sinister. Why would banning a simple filter destroy entire careers? Why is the West suddenly rushing to do the same thing? And what did they discover that made them act so fast? Welcome to Glow Up Girl. Today we're uncovering why AI beauty filters are being banned, so be sure to like and subscribe because we're going deep. Beauty mode doesn't just smooth your skin. It rebuilds your entire face, according to an algorithm's definition of beauty. Turn on the filter, and you become someone else entirely. Your eyes reshape, your nose pinches smaller, your skin becomes porcelain. Reality bends. Turn it off? Well, that's the problem. 99.8% of female streamers use beauty filters. Not just most, almost all. These women built entire careers on faces that don't exist. Thousands of followers, donations from devoted fans, all for someone who was never real.
Yo, this is a thing. This is the thing. And, I think I was watching Myron Gaines on Myron Gaines X. It was a clip that came through the algorithm. It was in my queue. And he was talking about Pokemon. Pokemon is a huge Twitch streamer. Like, she just sat there and played games. She's one of the originals, like the OGs in the game. She's made a bundle of money just sitting there playing video games and doing whatever she was doing. She got into a bit of trouble when she went to sell some cookies. Some rebranded cookies, and was charging a lot for them. Of course, it wasn't her that was charging. It was the firm that she hired to do this thing or whatever. But anyway, Myron had a real picture of Pokemon with no filters versus what you see online. And bro, I'm here to tell you, completely different person. Like, not even close. Like, it was makeup is makeup. Makeup will make you look better, but it's still you. Like, the form of your nose and your eyes and all that. Now, if you're a professional makeup artist, you can use shadow and change certain things, but your facial structure is still your facial structure. And there are plenty of videos out there of women without makeup that look, I ain't gonna lie, almost scary. And then they put on makeup and they can make themselves look like anyone out there just using makeup. These filters turn you into an entirely different person, just like the Glow Up Girl was saying right here. It's like, yo, this, this is real. And people are like, well, what's the harm? What's going on? Well, you got people out here just falling for this thing. There's a lot of harm being done, a lot of money being made, and it's all built on, something that's not real. And, I guess the argument is, well, you can draw someone or create someone on AI that's not real and still make the same kind of money, do the same kind of content. I suppose you're right. But I mean, this is crazy. These filters. And it's funny. This video talks about how filters affects women. Men aren't using filters like that. I'm pretty sure there's some dudes out there using filters. I know there's a bunch of dudes who use the background, computer generated backgrounds or whatever. But like just filters to make themselves look younger, to make themselves look a certain way. I'm not seeing it. Only time I see dudes with makeup on is if I'm on a set somewhere for a movie or a TV show or something like that. And they come straight out of makeup. They have makeup on, for the camera. So, HD and all that or whatever. But this is a bad thing. And China is the first nation, and it's like a major nation that's going to do something about it. They're going to ban these filters. Let's continue.
Spent years watching faces that don't actually exist, and we've been conditioned to think they're beautiful. But when you learn what it's doing to your brain, things get dark. There's a psychological concept called cultivation theory. Long-term exposure to media content shapes what you believe is real. When you see filtered faces every single day, thousands of them, your brain starts accepting them as normal. Real faces start to look wrong. Research shows that comparing yourself to idealized images online is directly linked to body dissatisfaction and eating disorders.
Oh,
But there's a twist. You're not competing with other women anymore. You're competing with AI, with algorithms that generate one perfect face and paste it onto everyone. Then there's self-objectification. When you spend hours monitoring your appearance, treating your face like a product to be upgraded and perfected, studies show it leads to anxiety and depression. You stop being a person. You become a project. Reality has gotten so distorted that a new medical term has been coined: Snapchat dysmorphia. Women are now seeking plastic surgery to look like their filtered selves. They don't even want to look like models. They want to look like the algorithm's version of them. These filters didn't just change how we look online. They've changed what our brains believe we should look like in reality.
bro, that's insane. That's insane. So you create yourself using an algorithm to make yourself into what the computer thinks is beautiful. And then you go to modify yourself in real life. Like you pay a surgeon to go in and just hack away and chip away literally at your face. And I guess at your body in general. Bro, that's crazy. That's crazy. And it's funny because I'm watching this thing and I'm listening to what science is saying. I believe it. If you look at something a certain way, it's going to have effects. But I guess I'm so old, it doesn't affect me. And I guess I realize for me, looking at social media, no matter what platform it is like going to the movies. Like, I go watch Marvels. I know that you can't be made into Wolverine and have, long knife like claws come out of your hands and your body just heals itself and you can't infuse your bones with metal. I understand that. You suspend belief and you go in and you watch a movie and you enjoy it. Same thing with Superman, Batman, you name it. Same thing with these movies where you have these action movies, like Jason Statham movies or Guy Ritchie movies or whatever. Like it just, you have to suspend belief like that's not real. As children, we would believe it's real. We would go watch Kung Fu flick, and then as soon as the movie was over, we'd be outside trying to Kung Fu each other. You know what I mean? Like whatever. But we knew we couldn't jump from the ground 5 stories up to some building and and just using the crane style or whatever. But today is different, isn't it? Like when you look at what's going on with artificial intelligence, when you look at what's going on with social media, you look at technology, like this camera I use here and these screens I have in front of me. And, it's just like stuff is just different. It really is real. Like you're looking at it, but then you have a problem with someone meets you in real life and that's not what you look like and they're gone. That's the biggest issue with dating apps. That's always been an issue with dating apps and going to like a dating firm and looking through bios and looking at pictures. Oh, I want to meet this person. And then they show up. It's like, yo, who is different? Well, I went and got makeup for that picture and da 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 da. I was like, why did you do that? I tell women all the time, like, the vast majority of women are beautiful. They're beautiful. I mean, just the way they come. It is what it is. And there's every size, shape that you can imagine. There's a little bit for everybody. But today, so many people are just locked in on being this perfect figure or this perfect look. And it's like, bro, that shit ain't real. and they're willing to spend money and modify themselves and go through all sorts of pain to get there. We got brother Mandrill in the building. What's good, fam? So Mandrill, we're watching this video from Glow Up Girl, man, and this is a platform out there. It's about 6,000, and I'm saying she, but this could be some dude who's just editing videos and doing the faceless channel like I do. And he's whoever it is, whoever's editing this video is doing an excellent job, I must say. Now that I know how hard it is to do, and I'm using a platform that makes it very simple, still just sourcing the stuff, finding what you need, doing all the extras. Man, this is good quality video right here. But let's continue.
So why is China banning them? The official reason is to improve content quality and crack down on misleading visuals. But dig further, and deeper reasons emerge. This isn't just about vanity, it's about fraud. Chinese netizens started calling it out directly. Streamers making money through excessive beautification are basically committing fraud. But the damage goes far beyond individual deception. It's social poison. One Chinese commentator explained it this way: men no longer watch TV. They don't look at their own wives. They just scroll on their phone. Pretty girls who look like...
The thing? Is that really a thing? I mean, again, I'm older. I'm in my mid-50s. Are dudes out there just scrolling through social media? And what's the point of that? You know, when I was coming up, if I'm going to be scrolling through social media or something like that, bro, I would think I'm doing it with the intent of meeting that person. I don't get it, man. Like, I don't understand how we got here, bro. Like, this is just crazy. But I find it fascinating that China is saying that this level of deception using AI to change a person basically completely is fraudulent. It's fraud. And okay, what does that mean? Are they going to start coming after your money? Is it one of those things to say, hey, you're on social media. If you use excessive AI to change your appearance and you become successful, we're going to take all your money because that's not really you. And then it's like, or do you just have to have a disclaimer that says, I use AI, this isn't what I really look like? Do you have to show people what you really look like? Because at the end of the day, I don't think it would matter. I think a woman could show what she really looks like and then use the AI version of herself and the guys will still be all over it. But I just wonder, like, well, China is China. They're going to do what they do. That's communism. The CCP is probably like, yo, these TikTokers are making way too much money. We can't get none of it, so let's take all of it, sort of thing. But would that fly in the West? Would you just have to have a disclaimer? Even on YouTube, when I post content, it asks you, are you using AI to modify, change? Are you using it to depict people that you're not or something like that? I mean, I never click that box because I don't use AI like that. But how will the West handle this if this catches on, which I think it will? But how will they handle it? I think the West will simply make the content creator use a disclaimer, and then maybe they would force the content creator to show themselves without the AI filter for X amount of time of the video. Like, so let's say you have to show your real self without AI filters for, I don't know, 20%, 30% of the video, 33.3, a third of the video has to be you without the filter. Okay. So does that mean they could wear makeup? I mean, are we really getting around it? Like, what's going on? And I guess the argument would be makeup is still that person. They can't structurally change their nose, the width of their eyes, the color of their eyes. Well, they can't change the color of their eyes, the shape of their eyes, their lips, so okay. I guess the AI enhancement is different than makeup. And of course, the most extreme version would be they got to go out and get plastic surgery. But it's crazy that this is where we are. And is the only reason they're getting involved in this is because there's so much money being made? Is that a factor? Let's continue.
But those fairies aren't real. Do you think this is beneficial to relationships? To lowering divorce rates? He called it spiritual poisonous grain, not inferior to opium. Women using filters started believing their own illusions. They'd look at their filtered face and think, I'm a 9 out of 10. I deserve a wealthy, tall, handsome man. Their standards skyrocketed, but walk down the street, you wouldn't see a single woman who looked like her online persona. Beauty mode made them lose themselves.
Nah, women already thought that. They didn't need AI or beauty mode. I mean, come on, man. You get a group of women together and ask them to rate themselves on a scale of 1 to 10. I use 0 to 10, but whatever. They're all going to say we're 10 out of 10s. We've seen this a million times on platforms like Fresh and Fit and the Whatever podcast. We've seen it on Access Vegas. If you get a group of women together, they're all going to say that we're all 10s. Why do they do that? Because they don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. The real 10s, the real 8, 9s, and 10s will say that they're like 6 or 7. So next time when you see this on those videos, check that out. Like the real beautiful women, the real 10s at the table, they won't say they're 10. They're like, I'm like a 7, maybe an 8, right? They won't say 10. But all the rest of the women there who are just busted, they're all like, we're 10s, we're 10s, we're 10s. And then when the fine one says like, I'm like a 7, no, girl, you're the most beautiful one here. You are certain, you're a 10X, you're a 10 plus. And it's just the weirdest, but that has nothing to do with AI. But I think that women could allow themselves to believe that they are that attractive for real, even though they know they use filters, even though they know it's a ton of makeup or whatever. I think women, because it's the attention and the validation that hits them, and it just hits them hard. So I mean, it's crazy. We got brother Michael Lee in the building. What's good, fam? Happy New Year to you too, brother. Happy New Year, man. It's all good. I'm glad to see you, man. He's like filters, hair, hat, helmets, hooligans, makeup, aka war paint on the women's face. Yeah, that's how they get down, bro. Brother Carlos, what's happening, man? My favorite pilot. Yo, Carlos, I have a retirement gig, and I'm actually on the airport at Tampa. And from the work site, I can see one of the runways. I don't know how many runways they got. They got at least 2. They got 19 left and right, and they got 1 left and right. And I can see one of the runways. I can see the approach end of 1. Yeah. I think it's the approach end of 1, runway 1. But anyway, I'm toying with the idea, bro. What I'm doing is I'm filming the approach end and what's going on. You can see airplanes landing. You can see them, going in position. The shot includes like the GA area, so you can see like the GA ramps with all the biz jets and like the props and stuff. And then of course you got like Southwest, JetBlue, Delta, all of them taxiing out, taking off. And what I'm going to try to do is get my hands on the audio. If I can get my hands on the audio and sync it up with the times that I'm actually filming, that might be kind of cool to see. Just watch the airplanes. You know how we get down, man. We're pilots, man. It's good to see you, man. Happy New Year. Garlock the Destroyer even rated herself a 10. Facts. And I was on the Whatever podcast. Facts. Rated herself a 10. Women are going to do that. Women are going to do that. Like the beautiful women who know that they're attractive, and women who are around like other beautiful women, those women seem to be a little more realistic, and they're like, yeah, 7, 8, somewhere in there. And they'll ask questions like with or without makeup. Are we including our bodies in this? Like they'll ask those questions. Those women are in a separate category, but the average, like Gorlock, like she's a 10. We're all 10s in our own way. Like, man, come on, y'all know what time it is. But they're trying to, in this video, they're trying to say that AI is the reason for that. More women have been doing that since the dawn of time, man. Let's continue.
China isn't banning beauty filters because they're vain. They're banning them because they've become a form of mass psychological manipulation. Government isn't happening. Birth rates are collapsing. Marriage rates are plummeting. Young people aren't dating. They're not having relationships. They're not forming families. The United States, most of Europe, China, Japan, South Korea, the pattern is everywhere. And nobody can pinpoint exactly why. Except, what if social media is part of it? Think about it. Men scroll through thousands of digitally perfect women every day. Women no real person could ever compete with. So why would they pursue real relationships? Why settle for reality when the fantasy is always one swipe away? And women compare themselves to these impossible standards and feel worthless. Or they demand partners who meet the same fictional criteria they see online. Both sides are chasing illusions.
Yeah, I don't agree with that part either. I don't agree with that part. men men have always been interested and have always been trying to crack the code when it comes to the dating game. This is where, MRAs and the Mano Swamp and the Red Pill, this is what it's all about. The MRAs were the guys who got just brutalized in family court and family law just destroyed them. So, and then they get into, men not having any rights. That's what MRA is all about, men's rights. Right. And then you have the Manosphere got together and just comparing notes on, how to meet women. And then, that's where the pickup artists got their foothold. And then, just guys setting up forums and passing, information around. Hey, this worked for me. This didn't. I was here. This is a good place to meet chicks. That's going on. Now the red pill. The red pill is like, look, this is the deal. Now you got people like me and others who are out here like, look, bro, what I mean? This is a game like no other. You're going to have to master this game or you're going to get brutalized. You're going to get yourself hurt. So men are just adjusting to the game. When it comes to getting in long-term relationships, getting married, having children, bro, that has everything to do with the legal side of this and, not having a prenup and marriage rates, divorce rates are like 50%, women initiating most divorces, like 70 to 80% of divorces today are initiated by women. The courts, having men pay, tons and tons of money in alimony, child support, stuff like that, losing access to your children. This is why dudes are hesitant to get involved in long-term relationships and have kids, right? And then for the guys who are like, okay, I met a really good woman. We're a good couple. Like this marriage works. She loves me, right? I'm actually willing to walk away if things go bad. She has me number one. She's following my lead. She's in my frame. All that stuff that they say you should have. You got that one. That woman who wants you, she believes you're the best she can get. She doesn't want any other man. Okay, you got that woman. And both you guys are rational thinkers. It costs a lot of money to have a kid today. Children are extremely expensive. Just daycare alone, bro. That's like buying a new car every 2 years almost. Man, that's how much daycare is. Look it up. Daycare in some of these bigger cities is insane. Like the amount of money I was paying in daycare, bro. God, man, I want to say I was paying. What was I paying? Man, I want to say I was paying $500 a week. You know what I mean? Somewhere in there, $500-$600 a week. It was insane. I have to go back and look at the numbers. But I would talk to my cousin about it. He was like, yeah, man, daycare is expensive. And you just have to go around and find the best deals. But even with a really good deal, you're looking at $350 every week. Every week, bro. That's a car. That's a car. All right. So imagine having to pay your car note. Back then, we're talking about, shoot, bro, this was like early 2000s. Right? You talking about buying, it's like paying your car note every week instead of every month. It was something like that, bro. So that's why men aren't getting married and having kids. And like I said, even the couples who are doing really well, they want to do it, but it's like, man, they can't afford it. Can't afford a home. You want to, let's get a house for the kid. We don't want to be in a little condo or something. We don't want to be renting, but you can't afford to save the down payment. Look at where real estate is today. You look at a place like here in Tampa, even though the real estate market is taking a serious hit, you're still looking at between 350 and 425, $350,000 to $425,000 to get into a starter home. That might change drastically if this thing with Trump and, getting Wall Street money out of the single family home business. If that happens, if Trump is successful and Congress backs the play, then I would definitely change things. But still, like a townhouse, there's a brand new townhouse that just built right around the corner here. I pass them every day taking my daughter to school. You could tell they were just thrown together. They don't even look that solid, but bro, they're like in the high threes starting. So they just cost so much money, bro. They cost so much money. Brother Michael Lee was like, in the words of Kevin Samuels, marry before you carry. 100%, bro. If you're gonna do it, yeah, you definitely want to get married first and then have your baby. Fellas, if you marry, don't involve the government and prenup. Yeah, if you can keep the government out of your marriage, get a prenup. all that good stuff, man, you're good to go. But this is the red pill message that has definitely resonated with men. And here's the thing, even if you don't believe in the red pill message, even if you don't believe in the mental swamp, you hear this information, it's like, oh, that makes sense. That makes sense. I have a lot of people that don't subscribe to my channel, but they watch. They're just ninja watching, quietly watching. Every now and then they'll send me a message, send me a DM like, hey, man, I think you red pill dudes are crazy, but hey, you're right about this. I looked up that thing you was talking about, the Title 4D, the Social Security Act. I thought you were lying. I thought you were missing something. I looked it up. It's like, wow, I really didn't know that the government was paying the state 66% of every dollar that they order in child support as a rebate. I'm like, yeah. I'm making this up, bro. I'm just telling you the truth, man. It's a cold game out there. So guys are listening, you know, and kids are definitely a bill, bro. Guys are listening. And this message ain't going anywhere. You can see it in the streets, man. Like dudes aren't approaching women. Women are talking about it. It is what it is. But yeah, man, to say that it's this technology, it's AI, is what's going on. No. I think the reason men aren't engaging as much with women is because they're taking precautions. And quite frankly, most of the men out here now are just doing the work. A lot of guys like, man, let me do the work. They are starting to realize and accept that, hey, man, it doesn't matter how fine she is or how, average she is. She's going to give me the same grief if she's not into me like that, if I'm not the best version of myself. So let me do the work now. Let me get to the finish line, and then I'll choose the one that I want when I get there. So I think that's what's going on as well. Let's continue.
And by the way, if you suffer from debilitating period symptoms, check out Paramo. It's an all-natural drink that replenishes the nutrients your body loses each month, as well as providing symptom relief naturally. Discount link in description. One Chinese man described meeting a woman from a dating app. After seeing her real face, he deleted the app entirely. How many millions of potential relationships died exactly like that? How many marriages never happened because someone couldn't live up to their filtered profile? Meanwhile, the divorce rate climbs. Both men and women scroll through endless fantasy, convinced they're settling for less, convinced their reality isn't good enough. Filters might be destroying our ability to form real human connections, to see real people as attractive, and to accept reality as good enough. China's birth rate is in free fall. Their economy depends on population growth, so this isn't just about beauty anymore. This might be about survival. When the ban was announced, the panic was immediate. 90% of streamers will all lose their jobs, one broadcaster predicted. If those female streamers turn off that beauty filter, they really cannot be looked at. It will scare the viewers so much they'll doubt life.
I'm not buying that, bro. It's too many women out here who are unattractive, killing it. I think women are just putting this on themselves. And to say that, that part about the guy saw the woman in real life who, he wanted to go out, got to meet her in real life and saw her and she wasn't the same person, so he just stormed out. Yeah. But that was going on before the technology. That was going on before dating apps. Like I said, that was happening when you just had companies out there. You had matchmaking companies that would show pictures. You come in, you pay money, they show you profile picture after profile pic after pic, and you choose one or two or whatever, you go out and then you meet her. I mean, I remember the early years of the dating apps, man, like Tinder and all that kind of stuff, bro. You show up on dates with women and they walk in the room and it's like, yo, she's 50 pounds heavier than she is in her picture because of the angles, right? She doesn't have on the same type of makeup she had on the picture. Like it wasn't, again, the angles, and it wasn't professional. So you see her and it's like, okay, she's not attractive at all to me. It's happened to me. Like you see them like, okay, she's not attractive. And then they're like, oh, you look just like your profile picture. Like, yeah, I know. Like, oh, mine's a little old. And right away you see them melting in front of you. And they're just they know they're wrong. Like they know it. It's like, I wouldn't just get up and walk out, especially if they had a good attitude. Like, all right, you're cool. Let's get appetizers or whatever. I'll spend, 45 minutes with her or whatever, and then I'll leave. And then it's just, it was ghosting before ghosting was a thing. It's like, you just don't call her. Right. That's how the game was played, man. It is crazy. Miss AKA ladies in the building. What's good? Good to see you, sis. I hope all is well on your end. And brother Michael, like his theory is, as a man, if you are not financially free, don't have kids. Real talk. And that's fact. You're gonna have to, if you're young and you guys are coming up together and you're struggling together, if y'all want to have kids and just have your kids in the struggle, fine. That's what you want to do. But most people are just trying to get themselves financially secure before they start doing anything else, like having kids and whatnot. So yes, a lot of people just like, I'm not ready because we can't get the money. And the more money you make, the more money you need to make. It's like, all right, if I just had if we just got $50,000 in savings, okay, now we need $150,000. Now we need 300. It keeps going up. It keeps going up. And if you have a kid like today, I mean, every day I go out with my daughter or something, she might grab some money out of the car. We keep some loose change and some singles in the car. She'll grab money out of the car, or we'll be shopping. She's like, "Oh, I need this, I need that." You're not gonna say no. Like, okay, get it. You know, um, I need this instrument. I need this uniform. I need these. I got these fees need to be paid. And bro, I ain't gonna lie to you, having a teenager is way cheaper than having a toddler. Way cheaper, man. I mean, it's crazy. And brother Carlos, he's like, I'm 47, no bills, no alimony, no child support. Boy, that's right there is a Don DeMarco.
Don DeMarco.
Before we go any further, bro, you won. Deep six figures. 6'3" pilot with plane as a hobby, dating younger and slim. Only no way I'm getting married without a prenup. Facts. Facts. Did it right. Did it right, brother. And a lot of guys were like trying to do it right and they'll fall off or whatever. People say, well, that's because they don't have any control of the joystick, man. They're just banging anything. And the dudes who say that are the dudes who don't get any sex. And they're like, what do you mean I don't get any sex? I'm married. I'm like, exactly. When was the last time you got something, homie? And you married. Right? That's your wife right there. Why don't y'all go into the bathroom and smash right now? Oh, we just don't feel like it. Bullshit. So no, bro, you're not getting nothing. You're gonna tell me, you know what I mean? Like I have no control. Like, come on, bro, I got too many options, and it was good, real good. I mean, it is what it is. But some of us, fell off. And we're paying for it now. Like I said, I'm on track right now to pay. Let me put it this way: I know folks who are paying child support who are on track to pay $500,000, $600,000, $700,000 over 18 years. And that's legit. That's a house in today's world. You can get a house in today's world, paying that in child support. And you can't ask where the money is going. You can't, demand that the money goes into trust. At least half of that money should be able to go into trust for the child when they turn, 18 and then 25 or whatever. That money should go into trust. There's no way that, $25,000, $30,000 a year is being spent on that child. That's just insane. It's half. You know what I mean? Remember, you're only supposed to be paying half. So we're gonna do another show about that, bro. Y'all know I got all kind of problems with the way we handle that. Brother Michael Lee is like, that's why I prefer women natural than I really see how she looks without her war paint on her face. I'm that guy as well, bro. I'm all about just natural beauty. Right. And a lot of people were asking me, like, well, like, bro, you've always messed with Latinas. And then like you've messed with European women, like Italian, Spanish. And they're like, why? From Spain. I say Spanish, Spaniards. They're like, why? I'm like, because those women have, and Brazilians, they have so much confidence in their beauty. They don't wear makeup like that. Even when they put on makeup, man, they just highlight and accent their beauty. At least this was when I was doing my thing. Like, bro, fit, ate healthy, very feminine, cooked, cleaned, right? Love being there, love being a woman. Like they just the essence that they brought into the room was just wow. And these are women who didn't wear a ton of makeup, wasn't trying to be a boss babe, didn't have the butterfly, eyelash things on, didn't need to use the AI filter. They wouldn't even know how to use it. They wouldn't care. This is why I was, like even when I would go, like when I was going to Colombia before the passport bros, found out about how nice it was. Even the women down there, bro, just beautiful, walking around doing their thing. Very, very fit, very friendly, very feminine. I mean, yeah, there were some women that were more westernized down there doing their thing with tons of makeup on, but The biggest thing I saw when I was down in, doing my travels and all that, and this was, like through the 90s into the early 2000s, was the breast augmentations and the BBLs. Like they were, the Brazilian butt lifts and all that was going on long before it got here. So there was a lot of augmentation going on that I thought wasn't necessary, but it looked real. It was hard to tell. Like sit back, like, is that, it was hard to tell. And now the procedures has gotten so good, like you can't even tell even when you start feeling and stuff. But like, bro, I'm telling you, today, with all the makeup and all the extra stuff they're doing, and now with this AI filters, I can see where there's a definite problem. And for a government to step in, a government like China to step in, I think that's crazy. But anyway, let's continue with the video.
She said, these women built everything on a digital mask. Their entire persona, their income, and their identity. So what happens when that mask is ripped off? Viewers will stop donating. The men who've spent thousands supporting their favorite streamers will feel betrayed. Careers will collapse overnight. Some women fought back defensively. I paid thousands for this phone. I'll use beauty mode if I want. What does it have to do with you? Others insisted, even with beauty mode, you need good bone structure. If you're ugly, even level 10 beauty mode can't save you. But underneath the anger was fear, because they know the truth. They built their careers on deception, and now they're being forced to show their real faces. And that doesn't get the same view count. So, could America be next? Well, it's already starting here. TikTok announced they're banning certain beauty filters for users under 18.
I think this is a good thing to ban beauty filters, but in America, we're supposed to have these freedoms. So I don't know how that's going to go over. And that part about, oh, you're going to have to show your face and you're ugly, so guys aren't going to send you money anymore. Okay, maybe that dude isn't going to send you money because he thought you were something that you're not. But there'll be another 100 dudes that will send you money because there are guys out there looking for the girl next door, especially if your attitude is cool and you're presenting something that's palatable to them. It's just, bro, I'm seeing this in the red pill spaces, man. Like you look at some of the hottest content creators, and by hot, I mean the people who are getting the most views, starting to make money, females, bro. Like they're on, and there's one channel, I talked about it over here. I can't think of the name of the channel off the top of my head, but it's a sister, she's attractive. She's decent. She looks good. If you saw her in real life, you would definitely want to approach her and talk to her. She's not AI filtered up. And all she does is sit there on camera. She wears nice clothes. Sometimes she'll have the twins out sometimes, or she'll have on a tight fitting shirt sometimes. But all she's doing is literally reading the red pill talking points right off the teleprompter. She's an actress. I went to her Instagram. Like, she's an actress. Someone hired her to be the face of this channel, and it paid off. I saw the channel. It had like 3,000 subscribers. And within 3 weeks, man, it was like 30,000 subscribers. I think they're probably over 100,000 right now. I got to go and check. So, excuse me for that coughing. But, no, man. And she's not some beauty, solid 10 runway model. She's the average woman. And there's a lot of dudes out there looking for the girl next door. Is she wearing a lot of makeup in their videos? Yes. Yeah, she's made up for the camera. But she's killing it. And that's what dudes are watching. They don't want to watch some ugly old dude or young dude talking. They want to watch the young girls, which, again, it's all about the simptastic world of the simpleton. But let's continue.
Filters like bold glamour that dramatically reshape facial features, gone for minors. And in Europe, they're investing nearly 2 billion euros into safety initiatives, whatever that means. Mental health experts are calling this a necessary step. If teenagers stop using filters now, they might gradually normalize a more authentic online presence.
I doubt it.
China bans it, TikTok restricts it for minors, Instagram and Snapchat are watching closely. The domino effect has begun. But here's where it gets complicated. On one hand, there's a strong case for bans. We're protecting young girls from impossible beauty standards. We're ending mass deception. We're forcing people to be authentic, sincere, and real. But on the other hand, isn't it your face, your choice?
Yep.
Film and television use makeup, color grading, and effects. Why are filters different? Some women genuinely feel empowered and confident using them. Who gets to decide what's too much? And government censorship is an extremely slippery slope. Give an inch and they'll take a mile. Before you know it, you won't be able to log in online without 3 layers of biometric identification. And here's the uncomfortable middle ground. What if the problem isn't the filter? What if the problem is that we created a world where women felt they needed to hide their real faces to be valued? A ban might not ever fix that.
That is the problem right there. That is the problem right there. You giving individuals an opportunity to look a certain way that's going to get them virtually unlimited attention and validation. And they don't care that it's not really their face. They don't care. I mean, it was funny, man. When I was a kid, bro, one of my favorite cartoons was Hanna-Barbera's The Jetsons. The Jetsons had this, bro. Like, it was a thing because they had video phones on the Jetsons, bro. This is an old school cartoon. And on the video phones, they would have a mask. You put a mask on, and it was basically it was you all made up, right? And you would be talking. So, like, the Jetsons, it was the two wives talking on the video phone thing, and then one sneezed, and her face came off, and you got to see her real face behind the mask, which was hilarious. But this was on. I watched this, man. I was like 8 years old seeing this, and now that is reality. This is the real right now, man. Miss AKA lady. You don't have to be a dime to pull a man. Facts. Show up as yourself and attract men who are actually attracted to you. She's right about that. It has to be embarrassing to see a man get disappointed when he sees you in person. Yeah, it has to be. And it's funny too, these women go out here. You know, they know that that's not them. I don't know what they're thinking. Yes, I do. I don't know what they're thinking. We never know what someone is thinking. But you know you're wearing a ton of makeup, or you know you're using AI, you know, filters to enhance your appearance. You finally agree to meet some guy that you've been carrying on a relationship via text or whatever, or maybe video phone because you can use your filter, right? So you've been carrying on this back and forth. Finally, the guy demands to see you. Like, no, we're gonna go here. We're gonna have dinner. Blah blah blah. After maybe months, right? This is why y'all got to be gamed up, fellas. Don't fall for this trap. You got to get gamed up. Don't let it go that long. Like, hey, I need to see you next week. No? All right. Give her one more shot. Not next week? Okay, how about the week after? No? Okay, cool. Leave. Because that lets you know right there, that's not her. There's something about her that she doesn't want you to see. So anyway, back to the topic. Women know that's not them. So the Disney fairy tale is also at play here, right? You got all these different programs running at once. The Disney fairy tale is running, and she's thinking, that's my Prince Charming. He's going to love me because we did all this texting, and we, you know, he's my, you know, soul partner, my life mate or whatever. And he's not going to care about my looks because he's going to love me for me because we've been doing all this talking via text or whatever. She sees the guy. She finally gets up the nerve to go see the guy in person. And it's just like Miss AKA lady says, she gets embarrassed because the dude walks out. Right. And a lot of dudes, they'll get there and position themselves so they can see you approach. And like, that's her. I think that's her. Let me text her real quick. And they see you look down the phone and, you know, hey, what are you wearing? Oh, I'm wearing a red dress with, you know, I mean, a burgundy, this or that or whatever. I don't know. And then the guy's like, yep, that's her. And he just leaves. He just leaves. And she knows, like, in the back of her mind, she thinks the fairy tale is going to work, but she has to understand, like, this guy's going to see me and run for the hills. And, but I mean, that's what it is. And Miss AKA lady is saying, like, yeah, I think it's weird to ban filters, though. Definitely sounds like over censorship. Don't want that much regulation. I feel you. In China, they can do whatever they want to do, but over here in the US, that's a tough sell. And I think it's on the guy. It falls on the guy to get your game up, bro. Get your game up so you can see this stuff, man, so you don't get caught up. I don't care what filters, man. Look, I can't tell you how many big girls try to get on, you know, on dating apps or whatever, through friends or whatever. Can't tell you how many. It got to a point where, you know, you'll have a mutual friends like, hey, you know, my girl Beth wants to meet you. Oh, what's up? Let me see a picture of Beth. And then it takes a while, and she finally sends a picture, and the friend shows you, and it's like a group or whatever. It's like, Beth's the big girl. No, I mean, she's not that big. She's da da da. This is an old picture. Like, I ain't into big girls, man. It's all good. Tell Beth no. Or tell Beth whatever you're gonna tell her, but nah, I ain't dealing with it. Or they get more aggressive. They just bring her around, like, oh, this is Beth. Hey, how you doing? And she's like, oh, they brought me here so I can meet you. I'm like, word? No one told me that. You know what I mean? Are you single? Yeah. I was wondering maybe we can go out. Like, nah, I'm okay. No, thank you. And people like, oh, you're being mean. I ain't being mean. I ain't wasting my time. Now, there's some dudes out there who are straight savages. They'll smash Beth, just rock her out. You know what I mean? That's that 2 o'clock in the morning booty call, whatever. I've had a couple of those that stays, in the closet forever. Get in there with all the other skeletons. You know what I mean? Just something to do to bust down. But even the bust down eventually is like, how come you never take me out? How come I never meet your friends? How come you never invite me over when you're having your cool events? You got, send them on their way. Now that I'm older, I don't need a bust down. But when I was younger, keep trying to tell you I was a savage back in the day. I was a savage, man. Brother Carlos, like, how about adding a watermark to filter or AI generated photos? Easier than banning, just mandate watermarks by law and enhance images and videos. You could do that. And that's probably, that's really smart right there, bro. That's probably what will happen. It would be something along those lines, and AI can easily do it. But people will break that rule too. I think in the US, man, I wouldn't ban the filters for grown-ups. I would definitely ban the filters for younger kids. That's one of the things, like with my daughter. My daughter is beautiful, and I'm always telling her she's beautiful, and I'm always looking at what she's looking at in other girls and trying to tell her, like, you don't have to compete. You don't have to worry about that. Yeah, that girl over there is getting a lot of attention, but look at what she's wearing. Like, she's too loose. You don't want to be like that. It's going to be a problem. So I'm just telling her as opposed to mandating or trying to lock her in her room. Nah, I just want to let her know, like, and one day my daughter's going to go out here and bump her head. She's going to run up against, one of these Chads or Tyrones, and whatever's going to happen is going to happen. And she's going to realize in the moment, this is what Papa was talking about. Damn. Okay, cool. I bumped my head. I get it. Right. But that's the way I handle it. But that's my child. America, we're not America's children. So I would ban it for minors because they don't know what they're doing yet legally. You know what I mean? But after that, once you're grown, you should be able to do what you want to do. It's on everyone else to figure it out. It doesn't take, it's not hard to figure out who's using AI and who's bullshit and who's not. Let's finish up the video.
Entire industry has been built on women who don't exist in reality. Billions of dollars, millions of hours, all spent on faces that were never real. Now the Chinese government is forcing them to face reality, and people are calling it oppressive. But ask yourself this. If someone built their entire career on catfishing millions of people, would you defend that? Because that's what this is. Mass catfishing. At scale. For profit. And it isn't just that filters deceived us. It's that we wanted to be deceived. We chose the beautiful lie over the ordinary truth. And maybe that's the real reason this ban cuts some of us so deeply. It's not taking away filters. It's taking away permission to live in denial. So, I've got a real question for you. If every filter disappeared from your phone right now, how would you feel? Relieved or terrified?
I wouldn't even
notice.
If it's
the second one, that's the problem they're trying to solve. Not the filter itself. The fact that you need it to feel worth looking at. An entire generation of women grew up believing their real faces weren't good enough. That pores were mistakes. That texture was a flaw. That aging was something to hide, fix, and erase. We didn't just normalize filters. We made them feel mandatory. So if you made it this far, let me know, honestly. Would you support a filter ban? Comment either relieved or terrified. And if you want to go even deeper into why modern faces look so uncanny and what it's doing to women's mental health, check out my video about why nobody looks human anymore. I'll link it on screen right now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
That was a good video, man. Shout out to her. That was, or whoever that is to make that video. That was that's a good video. That was a good video. That could be an AI voice telling you about looking out for fake AI people, right? That could be some dude somewhere who just, some film student or some guy in Hollywood who got a peek at what's going on. Like, oh, I could do that. And just And when you go to that channel, man, they are cranking out videos over there, like just cranking them out. And they're good videos. Um, hmm, Like if you removed all the filters from my phone, I wouldn't even notice. Just keeping it 100. I don't even know how to get those filters. I guess you have to go through the tools menu on Instagram or whatever I don't know. I don't use filters. But that was crazy. Miss AKA lady, she's like, when I was dating, I would FaceTime within 2 days. 2 days, girl. Man, look, when this technology hit the ground, I was FaceTiming within a matter of hours. I knew most women didn't do that. So that always helped me. That always helped set me apart. Also, I look like me online. Facts. I can vouch. Miss AKA lady, she is who she say she is, and she looks the way she looks. She's a beautiful woman. Shout out to you, sis. Shout out to you. So definitely, like if she were dating, if you were to bump into her, you definitely wouldn't have a problem. Like she's very attractive. Don't have your husband come beat me up. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Game recognized game. But yeah, I can vouch for that.
Holla, 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 holla.
I'm just joking. But nah, she's very attractive. And her friends are hot too. She got some fine friends. That's why I was like, hey, pull up. Bring your people. Man, we haven't done a comedy show in a while. Next time we do a show, I'm gonna let you know, sis. Maybe you can pull up, bring your folks with you, or maybe we'll come to your neck of the woods and do a show out there. I'll keep you posted. But yeah, man, that's where we are with this, man. These filters, you know, there's definitely a self-esteem issue in America. I don't know, man. I love natural beauty myself. I do. I love natural beauty. I've never been crazy about makeup. I mean, it is what it is. And I've been around beautiful women my whole life. Like I've been around some beautiful women who wear makeup, and it's like, why are you wearing makeup? Like you don't need it. Like you just don't. But a lot were raised to do that. And again, you know, my daughter, like she doesn't wear makeup like that. I mean, she uses her skincare products, and you know, she has good skin. I mean, she's beautiful, young woman in progress. You know, she's doing her thing. And if she wanted to wear makeup, I wouldn't let her. I was like, nah, don't do that. You don't need it. You don't need it. But hey, like I said before, man, America is not our mommies and daddies. America is not America's job, to protect grown Americans in this way. It's about freedom. If you want to use these apps, use them. If you want to pay for that and use the apps, use them. If you want to because who you fooling? You're only fooling yourself. You trying to, get a guy that you believe you can't get with your normal looks. You use this filter. He sees the filter looks like, oh yeah, it's somebody I would talk to. Then you show up. He's gonna be able to see through that. Like, yo, that's not you. Oh, this is my real face. Whatever. He's moving on. He might smash. Depends on what your body looks like. He might smash, but he's moving on. So I mean, it is what it is. And yeah, girl, I did it up a little bit. I changed it up a little bit. We trying to grow up. Trying to grow up. So yep. Glad you noticed. And I know you will bring the ladies out. We'll absolutely let you know. Sis ain't playing. She got some friends. So yeah, guys, that was the video. Definitely hit that link and support Glow Up Girl 25, I think it is. Hit that link and support her. Check out, she got some other videos over there. They have some really good conversations. And again, I think that might just be a really good AI voice. Because I would love to interview that person, but I'm pretty sure if I reach out, they're not going to get back to me because it's probably an AI generated voice. But it's just funny, man, and I'll say this and then I'll wrap it up. But women just seem to be afraid to embrace who they are and just go out there and do their thing. I can't tell you how many times I've come across women with like really low self-esteem, just beautiful women, just girl next door, great looks, great personality, the kind of girl to go fishing with you, play softball, kickball. She wasn't all putsy and whatever. She get in the mud and roll around, like that type of woman. And I would tell them like, yo, you're the type of woman that dudes want. Quit playing. No, but because I got, bumps, I got bad skin, I got this, I got that. I'm like, look, I've only come across a couple women in my life who had like legit bad skin. Like they had to get, medicine to help them. Like, only a couple. I can think of less than 5. The vast majority are just like everybody else. And, no one is dealing with medical grade skin issues. It's just women get in their head and they don't think they're fine enough. And that's a problem. And dudes, man, I keep telling women it doesn't really matter how fine you are. Like, there's a lot of dudes who are stuck on what your body looks like. If you work out and your body looks good, that's more than enough. I see it every day. I see people walking around, I see women walking around with dudes. I'm like, how did she get him? Just being herself, being cool. So, and it's a lot of guys who don't have the experience. They don't have the game. They don't know how to approach women. And they're worried, especially in today's environment, what could happen to them if they approach the wrong way, especially at work. I did videos about that on Through the Red Pill Lens. As a matter of fact, since I got you guys here, let me just pull up one of the videos from Through the Red Pill Lens. This is the faceless channel that I am doing. And maybe you guys will run over and check it out. See if I can pull this up. Here it is. We have 21 subscribers over there. We're getting big. So let me pull up one of the videos. And this is me. This whole channel's over here. I'll put the channel in we'll do workplace dating. No, let's do the 80-20 rule. Let me show you guys the 80-20 rule. I'm gonna let it run all the way through. Let me pull this up, guys. And I will put the link in the description if you guys want to go over and check it out. I just put these videos out, man. I do one a week. And I'm learning how to put these videos together, man. So don't clown me too hard. I'm still new to this. But the 80-20 rule, my bad, started without me hitting play. So this video here is the 80-20 rule. What's good, sis? Sister Jody in the building. What's happening? This video is the 80-20 rule. I'm gonna put the YouTube link in the description. I'm gonna put it in the chat. And if you guys want to do me a favor and jump over there and subscribe, I appreciate it. But we're just having some fun over there. So let's check this out. This is the 80-20 rule. I've done a bunch of videos over there so far. I do one a week, and I've done the first 3 weeks in February already. So I got one more video to shoot. That'll take care of February. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stay 1 month ahead. So I'm always have the next month already done, just in case something happens. We got them loaded, scheduled, and ready to go. But let's check this out. Here we go. This is from my video Through the Red Pill. My YouTube channel, Through the Red Pill Lens. Here we go. The 80-20 rule gets thrown around consistently in the red pill world, but most people don't really understand what it means, where it comes from, or why it matters in today's dating environment. Some think it's about height. Some think it's about money. Some think it's about apps and algorithms. But the truth behind the 80-20 rule goes much deeper than memes or modern dating stats. Today, we're breaking down the 80-20 rule, what it is, what it isn't, and how men can use it to navigate the sexual marketplace more effectively. The idea is loosely inspired by the Pareto principle, which states that 80% of outcomes come from 20% of causes. In dating, especially online dating, the interpretation became 80% of women are attracted to 20% of men. Now, is this a scientific law? No. Is it a pattern that shows up consistently in environments where people can be extremely selective? Absolutely. Apps like Tinder and Hinge reveal this quickly. A small percentage of men get the majority of likes and messages, and the remaining 80% compete for whatever attention is left. But here's the thing most men misunderstand: the 80-20 rule is not a death sentence, it's a wake up call. Here's a simple truth most people overlook: everyone wants the best they can get. We do this with everything in life. We choose the best fruit at the store, the best car we can afford, the best clothes, the best phone, best food. So, why wouldn't this apply to relationships? If you're in the dating market and you want the best woman available to you, that's what you're going to go for. Women feel the same way about men. This isn't unfair. It's not unethical. It's not even hypergamy gone wrong. It's simply human nature. The 80-20 rule reflects that most people, men and women, are trying to date up, not down. And in a world where options are visible, swipeable, and endless, that selectiveness becomes amplified. Hypergamy is often blamed for everything. She rejected me because I'm broke. She only wants a tall guy. She's with him because he's ripped. No, that's not how this works. Women want the best man for them, not the perfect man, not the richest man, not the tallest man. They want the man who makes them feel something, who stands out among the options they have access to. Yes, hypergamy exists. Yes, women are selective. But the idea that you need to be a 6'4" millionaire with a six pack is nonsense. Women choose men for many reasons: confidence, charisma, humor, ambition, presence, leadership, security, social intelligence. The 80-20 rule is real, but it's not absolute. It's not a barrier. It's a challenge and a roadmap. Here's where things get uncomfortable. Most men don't struggle because of women. Most men struggle because of themselves. Excuses keep you in the bottom 80%. She only wants tall guys. I'm not rich enough. Women don't like guys like me. That mindset won't get you anywhere. The truth is simple: all men start in the bottom 80%. Only the ones who improve themselves rise into the top 20%. Women start with high value if they're attractive. Men have to earn theirs. And that's not unfair. It's actually empowering because your value is something you can build. Being top 20% does not mean perfection. It means you're competent, you're consistent, you're in decent shape, you speak with confidence, you manage your money, you take care of yourself, you know your purpose, you have standards, you're socially aware. Most men are not competing against supermodels or billionaires. They're competing against poor posture, no ambition, no style, no confidence, no discipline, no social skill. The bar isn't nearly as high as men think. A top 20% man is simply a man who built himself. He did the work. The 80-20 rule doesn't exist to depress you. It exists to inform you. It tells men the world is competitive. Women have preferences. You must build your value. You can't control hypergamy. You can only become worthy of it. If a woman believes you are the best man for her, you're golden. If she doesn't, someone else will be. The rule is not about scarcity, it's about opportunity. The 80-20 rule is a reflection of human nature. And once you understand it, you stop complaining. You start competing. Become the man who rises. Become the man who improves. Become the man who stands out. This has been a look through the red pill lens. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. And hit that notification bell so you never miss a new breakdown. Good luck out there, gentlemen. Peace. All right, that's it. That's it. That's the look through the red pill lens. We got a lot over there. I'm sitting here watching this thing. I haven't looked at that in a while. That's one of the first ones I did. I think that was like number 4, I think. Should I add music, guys? Should I add a music track to these videos, or should I just leave it sterile? What do y'all think, man? Let me know. Let me know. Should I add music? I don't know. Just leave it like it is. But I've begun writing ebooks. I wrote 16 ebooks. They're gonna be available on Gumroad. 16 ebooks, and I'm gonna write more. What I'm doing is I'm working on a hardcover. I want to write a book. The ebooks are definitely for the red pill crowd, for the Man on Swamp guys. Each ebook is going to be a chapter in a traditional hardcover book. So I figure if I'm gonna write a book, let me do it this way. It's probably gonna take me the better part of this year to finish that book. But the ebooks are just quick, easy, boom, boom, boom. Just planting the seed is out there. So yeah, that's gonna be available on Gumroad. I'm just finishing up that. You got to set up all this stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna do a lot of writing this year. I'm gonna hit social media hard this year from all angles. It's gonna be the red pill stuff. Of course, once I get that done, I'm going to get into some creative stuff, just for people like Miss AKA Lady who like to read. She loves to read. I'm gonna do a series of shorts, of books, that I'm gonna put up on Gumroad as well. So on Gumroad, I'm going to be charging, like for most of those books, about $3 to $4, anywhere from $3 to like $9, depending on what it is. But for y'all, my day ones, y'all know who y'all are. Everyone who is in here now is a day one. If you want any of the things that I'm doing, if you want any of the ebooks, just let me know. I'll send it to you. You know what I mean? It's all good. Y'all, my day ones, y'all been supporting me from the very, very beginning. We're 4 years in now. So, and if you want to see some of those ebooks, if you want me to send it to you, or you hit me up on Instagram or something like that. You can hit me up on Telegram, wherever. Just hit me up and say, hey man, I want to see that book you got on, whatever, and I'll send it to you. So so you don't have to pay, because you guys are my day ones. But I'm putting them up there for just everyone else. So just to see if we can make a couple of dollars, and then we can take that money to reinvest into what we got going on here. He said, you still owe me a review. It's all good. It's all good. And then as far as the algorithm, I'm done trying to please the algorithm. The algorithm is only after shorts. Honestly, that's what the algorithm is on. So I'm just going to put stuff out there, and hopefully we can find our audience and we can just work with it. But what I'm going to do with the look through the red pill lens, I think I'll do a couple of videos. I'll add some music to it, and I'll just watch to see which one does better. So I guess that is doing it for the algorithm, isn't it? So what's going to trigger the algorithm? So yeah, that's it. That's all we got. Don't forget, tonight, 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, I'm going to be on Glenn Lawrence's podcast. On his platform, we're going to have a good old conversation. Glenn Lawrence is the guy that we had on last week when we were talking about what was going on with the ICE shooting and all that. So and Brother Glenn is always a good conversation, man. He's good people. Former military like me. He's living on the West Coast. doing this thing, messing around in Hollywood a little bit, does, just a bunch of cool things. And, we don't always agree. Like, we are definitely, we are apart, but we love to have these conversations and we love to hash out our thoughts. Um, either on this platform or that platform. So we're going to be on his platform tonight. We're going to simulcast. So it will be streaming over here. So if you guys want to come check it out, I know it's late for us over here on the East Coast, but if you want to check it out or come watch us in team replay, we'll make it definitely happen. Drop the link. You want me to drop the link right now, sis? All right. I'll drop the link. Give me a second. Oh, where is it? Here it is. Give me 1 second. If you want to pop up here, sis, it's all good. Let me drop the link right now. There's the link. We will pin it to the top. She's probably gonna jump up here and beat me up over the I sent her one of my short stories. She's probably gonna beat me up over it. But it's all good. So sis, I'll give you a couple minutes if you want to jump up because I was about to go, but I always keep the show running for you. You're my people. One of my day ones. So yeah, guys, that's what I'm doing. For tonight. All right, let me get rid of this link then before somebody jump up. It will be when it goes live, just kind of keep your eye out, the whatchamacallit come out because he hasn't sent me the link yet. And so what I'll do is I don't know what I'm gonna do, to be honest with you, because I need him to send me the link. So yeah, he hasn't sent me the link yet. So give me 1 second, guys. Gotta take care of some business. Supposed to go up to the school tomorrow to meet with one of my daughter's counselors, and we have to change it. That was not a problem. Sure. They just wanted to change it by 15 minutes. Not a problem. You know how the school is. There's always something going on. All right. So we got Joe Cool in the building. What's good, fam? We about to I just did a quick little video, man. They talking about getting rid of beauty apps in China, man. They were saying, if the rest of the world catches on, like, should we ban beauty apps? Stop women from using these beauty apps. So yeah, that was the topic, man. But yeah, we're done. I'm gonna be on Glenn Lawrence's podcast tonight, bro. I hope you can pop in there at 10 p.m. I'm he's gonna have a show. I'm gonna jump on there with him. We're gonna have a good old conversation. You know how we get down over there. So, Brother Joe Cool, I hope you can make it. Brother Joe Cool, he's one of those people that goes out there and makes sure the police are doing what they're supposed to do. He gets out there, him and his people, they get out there and, confront the police when they're messing up. We need more brothers like him out there. Cool. I'm glad you're going to be there, bro. We need more people like you, especially with this ICE thing, man. This is crazy. So anyway, we're going to leave it there, guys. I appreciate the love. I appreciate y'all shooting through. Like I said, I'm definitely going to do one live a week, probably on Tuesdays. I'm going to try to do multiple, but I'm going to guarantee at least one live a week. And I don't know what we're going to talk about. You're going to see a lot of edited stuff. I'm going to do some pre-recorded stuff and just upload it, not just from my car, but like maybe from here, maybe from the sofa, from wherever. And I'm trying to line up some interviews. I want to go out and interview folks and have some conversations. So I'm really going to hit the platforms hard this year just to see how we, just to see what we can make it do what it do. And if it doesn't, then we'll just make this 100% just a hobby thing and just have fun and keep up with each other and just jump on here and just wow out. I won't worry so much about production value in 2027 if we don't make any headway in 2026. But I'm always going to be here. This is fun. This helps me decompress and get some stress off. I really enjoy this. So I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much for the support. It's time to go. Y'all know what it is. I'm DL Saint, man. Y'all been watching the I Really Want to Know podcast. And again, you can catch me tonight on Glenn Lawrence's platform, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight. I hope you can make it. Sis, once I get the link, I'll send it to you. I'll DM it to you. So that's it. That's all I got. I'm out of here, man. Appreciate y'all. Peace.
Nothing like I've ever seen. It's just a thing of beauty.
Darn, that's the end.
Thanks for watching. We really appreciate your support. And if you like that video, check out this one or maybe that one. We'll see you around. Peace.